Stanley Kroenke, the owner of Arsenal, has finally approved the deal of Mudryk, meaning that he has given them green light, go on and negotiate any amount of money they want. We are going to submit it in. And obviously, after doing that, Fabrizio Romano is going to confirm to us the second bid or the worthiness of the second bid of Arsenal they made for Mudryk to Shakhtar Donetsk, and that story was really released yesterday. We have a story of Cedric Soares having a lot of huge salary that he's really demanding. Fulham that is really delaying his deal to join them. Cross from one London side to another London side, but the likes of Villarreal and Bayer Leverkusen are there watching in. Then Mikel Arteta, remember he never held a press conference against the Newcastle game, but today we've gotten some quotes about him as far as that game of Newcastle is concerned from the Independent. And welcome to Rokani Media Football. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Where are you watching us from, guys? Congratulations, guys. We hit 9,000 subscribers yesterday. And you guys are continuing to subscribe to this channel very, very rapidly. And you can't believe that after hitting 9,000 yesterday, we've gone ahead to register more 100 subscribers, meaning that we are less by 900 subscribers to hit 10,000 subscribers. And guys, let's keep subscribing to this channel and really hit that mark. So today, I would like to go on and really let you know what is coming in from the Arsenal camp, especially for this first story. And the second story, we are going to do some Chelsea and Liverpool transfer news, as you guys need to know about what is happening from other teams. Yesterday, Liverpool was beaten 3-1. If Arsenal wins today, they're going to be 18 points clear ahead of Liverpool. So that shows you how far Liverpool has fallen off. Now, Steve K has confirmed to us that Arsenal owner Stan Kroenke has approved plans to sign Mudryk and Joao Felix. Have you heard this? He has approved the signings of Mudryk and Joao Felix. However, both agreements won't be at any cost, only if conditions on the table with Shakhtar and Atleti are deemed suitable. Finalize the deals. That's it. Now, I think Mikel Arteta has sat with Edu and told the boss of Arsenal that, please, if we want to go out and really win this trophy, however much we are 7 points ahead of City, we need to bring in Mudryk and Joao Felix at the club. Then he said, Stanley Kroenke, let's get those deals done. Because when we do those deals, we are going to win the Premier League. Winning the Premier League this time round, the winner is going to get close to £500 million. That is going to be some good amount of money for the club of Arsenal. Then they will qualify for the Champions League. That will guarantee them to earn a minimum of like £70 million from the Champions League. And you know what it means? When you qualify for the Champions League, Adidas gives you another huge amount of money. For United, all I know is that when United doesn't qualify for the Champions League, they get £40 million as the kit sponsorship money. Now, if they qualify for the Champions League, they get close to £75 million, meaning that is what Arsenal is in. I think Arsenal earns close to 30 each and every time they go to the Champions League, and when they qualify for the Champions League, they earn close to 70, meaning that if they qualify to the Champions League or for the Champions League, Arsenal is going to get some huge income from the Champions League and the Adidas sponsorship deal amounting to £120 million. That is a very huge increment for the club of Arsenal. So I believe that's why Stan Kroenke said, I'm approving the deals of signing Mudryk and Joao Felix to Arsenal, because they're going to go ahead and really do the needful. But they won't be allowed to be held for ransom. That's something that you should go ahead and know. That's why in this story, Steve K has told us that only if the conditions on the table with Shakhtar and Atletico Madrid are deemed suitable. So if at all they really see this situation suitable, they'll go in and agree on these deals and bring in this player. But obviously, they've really made that further step of the owner of Arsenal saying, let's go in, negotiate, and really get these players at the Emirates. So that is a very good boost for Arsenal, and it shows you that they are willing to go ahead and really beat Man City bad, because these deals are really going to come in at a very costly price, but the owner has really approved them. That means a final decision has been made by the owner of Arsenal to sign Mudryk and Joao Felix, meaning that this week we might get the first arrival, that is Mudryk, and maybe at the beginning of next week, Joao Felix might arrive at the Emirates. Now, Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to confirm to us that after the approval of the deal, Arsenal went ahead to make a second bid for Mudryk. Now, he has confirmed to us the worthiness of this. He has told us that Arsenal's second proposal for Mudryk is close to 50 million euros, fixed fee plus add-ons. Shakhtar expected to make a decision. The clubs are in direct contact. Personal terms have never been an issue. Arsenal is a player's priority. Chelsea will act if Arsenal move collapses. Now, as things stand, this deal is going to happen. It's going to happen. Come rain, come sunshine. Arsenal has to get this deal done. Reason being, they don't make a second bid for a player and they fail to get him. You get? Even for Vlahovic last year in January, the reason as to why they never got him, it's because the player snubbed them and decided to go to Juventus. But Arsenal had made the bid that Juventus had made of £63 million. They had really reached it. They had made it. The player said no to Arsenal and said, I'm going to a side called Juventus. So it's not going to be news for me for Arsenal to sign Mudryk at close to 50 or 60 or what million pounds. I won't be surprised because the last winter transfer window, Arsenal went ahead to accept the final amount of money that was called from a player from a team called Fiorentina, where Dusan Vlahovic was playing at, but the player said, I'm not going to Arsenal, I'm going to go on and play for a side called Juventus. But this time round, it's all in the hands of Arsenal. Arsenal having a player, Mudryk, they are chasing after. The player wants to play for Arsenal, and obviously nothing is going to stop them from really achieving what they want. They are 100% going to get him, provided they come to a common understanding with Shakhtar Donetsk. As Fabrice has told you, that personal terms have never been an issue with Arsenal, and Arsenal's priority is to sign the player. So I don't see Chelsea getting this player. Because this deal is not going to collapse. Trust me, it won't. It won't collapse because Mudryk is the next-ish thing that Arsenal really want, and they don't want to see this player leave for another club, and they're 100% willing to go on and really spend big onto the player. Even Steve Kerr has confirmed to us that the second bid from Arsenal for Mudryk is 52 million euros or 46 million pounds fixed plus add-ons. The Shakhtar president will decide on whether to accept it or not. Ukraine sources expect it to happen because 52 million euros, that's exactly in the region of what they want as the fixed fee. Then the add-ons are the ones that are going to negotiate on, as Arsenal is planning to give in 15 million pounds or 15 million euros of add-ons, yet for them they want close to 30 million euros of add-ons. So let's wait and see how this deal is going to unfold, because it looks like it's coming to nearing a finish. But as we are told that every end of a race, that is the beginning of another one, not so? So if Arsenal end the race of Mudryk successfully and they land him at the club, that will mean that they are really going in for Joao Felix. And the earlier the better, and Arsenal is better doing deals than Manchester United. That's why I'm worried that Joao Felix might find himself going to Arsenal, because the financial situation at Manchester United cannot allow them to go in for players like Joao Felix. Now, Arsenal are having a right back known as Cedric Soares. He's not getting enough playing time because Ben White and Takahiro Tomiyasu all are ranked ahead of him, meaning that he's third choice player or right back for Arsenal. Fulham has shown interest in signing the player, but Niza Kinsella, Chelsea and Fulham FC correspondent for the Standard Sport, has come out and confirmed to us as to why this deal might hit a dead end. In his own words, he's telling us that Fulham's move for Arsenal's right back Cedric Soares is being held up because of the player's wages demands. Reports Niza Kinsella, Arsenal are ready to sell Cedric, who earns around £65,000 a week at the Emirates, and Fulham are reluctant to cover his salary in full. Now, you see, this is where things go wrong at clubs like Arsenal. They've done very well at reducing the wage bill, and I believe they are willing to go ahead and really send off very many players off the club. When you look at the former captain Hector Bellerin, who was earning close to £140,000 a week, So they sold him off. Pepe was earning £180,000 a week. They loaned him off to Nice, and he's going to leave permanently. When you look at Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, £375,000 a week, he's off. Torreira was earning close to £80,000 a week. So they've gone ahead to offload very many players that have been earning some good amount of money weekly. So their wage bill is really cleared. And now that of Cedric Soares is next. Cedric Soares would like to go to Fulham and play there because the manager Marco Silva has promised him a lot of game time for the player. But the problem is really surrounding the £65,000 that he earns a week. But I believe if Cedric Soares, I just have to note it that Fulham is not Arsenal, and unless otherwise it feels like it's okay for him not to be playing football at that level, then he should not leave for Fulham. But if at all he believes that he can go ahead and really enjoy some playing time at Fulham, I believe he should lower his salary demands and leave for the other London side. But I believe it's really going to be hard for him to quit Arsenal. Do you know why? He is really considering that Arsenal are going to win the Premier League trophy. How come you leave in January and Arsenal wins the Premier League trophy? That would be really worrying because he's just 5-6 months away from really lifting this trophy, meaning that he is really going to be here. And he knows that Arsenal is going to play in the UEFA Europa League and maybe he'll get some playing time there. The FA Cup is coming on the weekend. They are playing Oxford. I know he's going to be one of those players to play at either the right back or the left back of the club of Arsenal. So I believe there are lots of things to keep him at the club of Arsenal. So however much there is that of the salary hindering the process, in my mind I believe there is something banging in his mind. Why do you leave Arsenal when you are 7 points clear? Mudryk is coming, Joao Felix is coming. When they're coming through, you are winning the Premier League. This is the only chance you're going to get to win the Premier League. Don't go to Fulham. If at all they want to get you, they can even get you on a free. I think his contract is left with just how many? Cedric Soares, transfer market. Let me have a little bit at his contract and see. He joined Arsenal in 2020 and his contract runs down in 2024. I think he can make a desired move that he really wants in the summer because he will be a Premier League winner and Fulham will get him by then. Even he can get other suitors because even Villarreal and Bayern Leverkusen are really pushing to get his services. I think that will be better for him. Stay at Arsenal, win the Premier League, have that trophy with you, obviously walk with that medal, and obviously be one of the historic Arsenal players that really got them back to where they deserve to be. So let's wait and see how that is going to pan out, because it might hit a dead end because of that. But even the player, I think, doesn't want to leave Arsenal. He might be happy at the club because we've not yet gotten any stories coming in from Arsenal indicating that Cedric Soares is really not happy. Now, there is the top of the table clash today. Arsenal is playing Newcastle. Arsenal is having 42 points. Newcastle is having 34. A point difference of 8. Not so? 8 points. Now, if Arsenal beat Newcastle today, they would have extended their lead to 11 points ahead of Newcastle. If Newcastle beat Arsenal, they would have narrowed it to 5. They would have gone to 37 and Arsenal will be at 42. Now, the manager of Arsenal has gone ahead to really speak to the media, especially the independents, as far as this game of football is concerned. And he has really gone ahead to let us know what he thinks about the game of Arsenal versus Newcastle. In particular, he was describing Eddie Howe and his club known as Arsenal. This is what he had to say. They are a very good team, really well coached. I think what Eddie Howe has done in the short period of time, when you look at the numbers, incredible, big credit to him and the coaching staff. Obviously, he has done a very wonderful job for the club called Newcastle. But remember, his budget is really huge. He has signed in very many players in just a space of 1 year. You get? And I think the number of players that signed at Newcastle equal the number of players that Mikel Arteta has gone ahead to sign in at Arsenal in his entire career. Look, Ishak, Bruno Guimaraes. They brought in Nathan Bishop, the goalkeeper. There is Bootman. There is Target. There is Clean Trippier. There is Calmson. There is Woods. He has signed close to 10 or 13 players at Newcastle. So he has signed very many players that even Mikel has not yet assigned, and he even took Alexander Isak that Arsenal was once linked to in the January transfer window of 2022, but they really said no to signing him after losing out on a player known as Dusan Vlahovic to a side called Juventus. But I won't come out and downplay the efforts of Eddie Howe, because very many managers have been given a huge budget and they failed out. Look at Antonio Conte. He's stumbling at Tottenham Hotspur. He came out and really cried out loud after losing out to Aston Villa over the weekend. He said that other teams are having bazookas, but for him he's having grenades. So yet he was given a lot of money. He brought in 5 players. He brought in Dejan Spence, Yefis Besuma. He signed Bentancur and Kulusevski permanently. He brought in Richarlison. He brought in Lenglet, Doherty. So he brought in close to 6-7 players, but he's still alarming to us. And I don't know why he's still making those alarms, yet he was given money. So it does not mean that whoever is backed really gets those results that Eddie Howe is getting. And that's where I go on and really commend Mikel Arteta for really giving him the desired commendations. Now he said, and then Newcastle have created a belief, a momentum around the team that they play the same way against any opponent. It's going to be another big test, but we play at home in front of a crowd, and I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, the crowd is really going to be very beneficial for Arsenal. However much Newcastle look like they're a team that is really trying to go ahead and really do the needful against teams like Man City. They drew at home, and they went ahead to be beaten by Liverpool away. That's the only game, by the way, they've lost away. They've beaten by 2-1, thanks to the Carvalho late winner scored by then. So this time around, they're coming to the Emirates. The weapon Arsenal is having, apart from the players they're having a field of play, it's the crowd. That crowd of Arsenal in the Emirates really sings from the first minute to the last minute. And Mikel Arteta just is happy for that, so that the connection between the fans and the players is really immense. Remember the game of Leicester City when Saliba connected in his own net, where the game was 2-0 and it was now 2-1. The fans just hailed the name of William Saliba. They never insulted him. They went ahead to hail his name and lifted it up in high esteem. So that really shows you how much the mindset and attitude of the fans on the players of Arsenal have really gone ahead to shift to that level. So that's Mikel Arteta. Let's wait and see. That game is going to be played later in the night, and we'll be here to let you know what the results are going to be with the player ratings and the manager's reaction. So guys, your reactions to Kroenke approving Mykhailo Mudryk and Joao Felix signings for Arsenal are welcome in the comment section below. What do you think about Cedric Soares? Do you want him to stay, or do you want him to go at Newcastle? And lastly, Mikel Arteta's thoughts of Newcastle. What are your predictions? I've already told you that I think Arsenal is going to win 3-0 or 3-1 at Emirates. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and smash the like button close to 200 times, because you guys are really showing me love that is really unending. I love you guys. I sign out for now. See you later. Rokani David is my name. Rokani Media Football is the channel. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly, and may him see you get out the problems that you are really surfacing. I'm out. Bye-bye.